Students, we are going to discuss some topics in Unit 5 in the course CS8603 Distributed Systems. And the topic today we are going to discuss is peer-to-peer computing, data indexing and overlays. The main objectives for this video presentation are to learn about the features of peer-to-peer system and to know about the types of data indexing and the types of overlays. So what is peer-to-peer computing? So it refers to the application which takes the advantage of resources like storage, time cycle, content, manpower, etc. And all these resources are available at the end system of the internet. The main thing here is all the nodes are equal in their roles. Okay, all are equal participants in data sharing and they can share a large combined storage, CPU power and other resources. So what is churn means? The ongoing entry and exit of various nodes. Similarly, dynamic insertion and deletion of objects in the peer-to-peer network is called as a churn. So we have two types of peer-to-peer system, structured and the other one is unstructured. So we are going to see the differences between the structured and unstructured peer-to-peer system. So the unstructured peer-to-peer system, the name itself implies the construction of overlay network is highly flexible because you don't need to follow any structuring concepts. Whereas the structured peer-to-peer, here the construction is having low level of flexibility. In unstructured peer-to-peer system, you can index the resources locally, but it is not possible for structured peer-to-peer system. Here all the resources are indexed in a distributed manner. In unstructured peer-to-peer system, you can broadcast the message or you can go with the random walk in order to transmit the message between the nodes. Whereas in structured peer-to-peer system, we have to use only the unicast method. In unstructured peer-to-peer system, the network puts best effort for placing the object. Whereas in structured peer-to-peer system, it guarantees the current location. Unstructured peer-to-peer system is highly overhead and whereas the second one is low overhead. The unstructured peer-to-peer system supports high failure rates, whereas the other one supports moderate failure rates. Unstructured peer-to-peer system is suitable for small-scale application as well as a dynamic application, whereas the second one is not suitable for small-scale application. It is only suitable for large-scale application and it cannot be used for highly dynamic application. It can only be used for stable applications. So what is overlay network? As the name itself, it is known that the overlay network is constructed over another network. For example, connecting internet over the telephone line is one of the example for overlay network. So you can use a separate topology for overlay network as well as the underlying network. So what are the characteristics of peer-to-peer system? So in peer-to-peer system, all the nodes are equal. Okay, we don't have any client-server concept. All the nodes are equal in their roles. The peer-to-peer systems are self-organizing. So they are very secure, authenticated and trusted. And we have distributed control over all the resources. Dynamic insertion and deletion of nodes are possible. And peer-to-peer network provides a large combined storage, CPU power, other resources without scalability without scalability cost. The performance characteristics are it is scalable. You can efficiently manage the churn. You can easily select the geographically close server and you can go with redundancy in storage and paths. As we have discussed already, the main characteristics of peer-to-peer computing are usually the peer-to-peer networks are formed by a group of computers. So all the computers are having individual security, but also they share data with the remaining nodes. So the nodes in the peer-to-peer network both use resources and provide resources. So they may use the resources from other nodes, as well as they can give their resources for the usage of other nodes. So automatically, if you increase the nodes in the peer-to-peer network, it increases the resource sharing capability also. As I told, here we don't have client-server concept. All the nodes can act as both the client as well as the server. So we have to provide efficient mechanism for security. So most of the operating system, we have the software facility to implement the peer-to-peer network. We move with the advantages of peer-to-peer computing. So as I told, each computer in the peer-to-peer network manages itself. So it is easy to maintain the network, and the server handles all the requests of the clients in client-server architecture. But here you don't need the server because all are having equal roles, so the cost of the server is saved. So you can scale the peer-to-peer network and you can add more nodes by less cost. And all the nodes in peer-to-peer network are independent in nature, so it is very fault tolerant and easy deployment and organization. They are the advantages. Whereas we have some disadvantages also. Since the data is stored in different places, in different nodes, it is difficult to back up the data, and moreover we cannot provide overall security because each system is independent and each system contains its own data. One of the example for peer-to-peer system is Napster peer-to-peer system. So it is a server mediated central index architecture. So here we have cluster of servers, and these servers stores the direct indices of files. Mainly this application is developed to share a digital musical files. So see the figure. So the peer-to-peer network, the peer request the files, they give the name for the particular file. So the request is given to a server. So it is not a fully server, it is a mediated server. So this mediated server offers in which nodes we have the musical files. So from these names, the peer can select any one of the node directly, and they can get the musical file directly without the help of the server. So you can download the file, and the files are saved and reshared if needed. So the role of server is very minimum in Napster musical share application. So we move with the next topic, data indexing and overlays. So we have three types of indexing: centralized, distributed and local. So centralized, so here we have one or few central servers. In these servers we store the indexes of the objects. In distributed indexing, all the indices are scattered across the peers. So we can use the distributed hash table technique to access the data. In local indexing, each peer indexes only the local objects. There are the three types. Another two classifications are semantic indexing and semantic free indexing. Semantic indexing is human readable. So a semantic index mechanism supports a keyword searches, range searches and approximate searches, whereas semantic free indexing means it is not in a human readable form. So we cannot perform a keyword search, range search, etc. So here the index is obtained by the hash mechanism. So we have two types of overlay, structured overlay and unstructured overlay. So in structured overlay, the peer-to-peer network topology has a definite or a proper structure. We have to follow a strict structure for building a peer-to-peer network. And the placement of a file or placement of a data in this network is highly deterministic. Whereas in unstructured overlay, you don't need to follow a definite structure. The data can be placed anywhere and the file can be placed anywhere. So that's about peer-to-peer network and data indexing and overlays.